Man, I was never expecting this. It's like the first time we've had like any big damage to the van. I really hope we don't need to pay that, because anyway, let's just not think of that for now. This place is actually huge. I'm trying to find my van. It's been snowing all day, but very, very lightly. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. It's currently about -3 degrees and I'm freezing cold. At least I got the heater though. So I'm actually in this place called Fieberbrunn in the Austrian Alps. I've been working this week for the last few days, and because of that I'm actually staying in a campsite. This was actually the only one in town, and it's one of the expensive ones. It's one of those resorts where it's like a little city. Apart from normal services, there's a mini supermarket, there's an ATM machine, and there's also something else as well, which I'm going to go and check out today for the first time. The van is actually covered in snow. To be honest, I thought it would have much more, because it's been snowing all day today and yesterday. Oh my god. This is the first campsite I've ever been to with a heated pool. Absolutely lovely. It's cold from here up. Freezing actually. It's about -5 at the moment. Oh. But yeah, as I mentioned, this was the only campsite in Fieberbrunn, and it was a bit expensive, so I might as well make use of the facilities. Oh. I've just been so tired the last 2 days that today's the first time that I actually come down to the pool. And there's not really a lot of people here either. This is the life. There's also a gym here. I need to get my shoes. Here they are. Forgot to bring some spare trousers with me, so I'm gonna make a run for it. I've got my hoodie on and my jacket, and in my swim shorts. The van's only about 2 minutes away, so if I run, I can make it in a minute, I'm sure. So this is me at the moment. I want to get my keys ready so I don't waste any time. So 1, 2, 3, go. Whoa. Oh my god. Ooh. It's cold. Hope I don't slip. Here we go. Made it already. Oh. Yes. Oh my god. Made it. So I'm actually making burgers today. I've got 2 beef burgers. So instead of using normal burger buns, I've got this German Brötchen bread. So if you've been following us for over a year, you remember that last winter we tried some German foods, and we actually bought this Brötchen and just ate it. We didn't know that you actually have to cook them before consuming, and a few kind German people immediately let us know in the comments. So today I'm actually gonna cook them before eating them. I'm feeling so fresh now. Had a quick shower and starving. Oh, this is nice. The only thing I forgot is the tomato. I can't be bothered going out again, so I'll just have it as it is. My god, I'm starving. Okay, so. Oh. Yeah, so much better warm. The van's an absolute mess at the moment. I've got equipment everywhere. Bed's not made. Got my bag, still need to unpack from today. I'm glad that I managed to sort out laundry. I hadn't done laundry for about 2-3 weeks, so I went and got some tokens yesterday, did 2 loads, and maybe I'll do one more wash before I leave tomorrow, but pretty much everything's done. Because it's so cold, one of my gas bottles is finished, because the heater I'm just leaving it on all the time. When I leave it on number 1, but then when I'm in the van you have to turn it up because it's just so cold outside, and if you don't, everything will freeze. I've still got one gas bottle left, half a gas bottle I think, which hopefully will last me till I leave here. Burger number 2.
Good morning everyone, I'm heading to work and look at this. Oh, how wonderful that looks. Currently the temperature it's -2 and it's not a lot to be honest. We had -15 and that is really cold. You really can't feel your hands and your nose, you know, and all of your face really. But like it is today, it's really good. I'm very comfortable. I think my body got used to this temperature now. It's such a fascinating thing, right, with the body. Like when I was back home and I used to travel in the cold winter months, I used to feel so cold, even at 0 degrees. But now it's okay for me. I can handle it.
Go. Joys of winter. So I think I actually got really lucky with the weather here. It's been varying between -2 and -12 for the last 3 days, and then today it's gone up to 5 degrees finally. That's actually a big thing here in the mountains in Austria, because when the temperature is below 0 I have all sorts of problems. As you saw, the levelers were almost stuck. The snow cover actually forms icicles and gets stuck on the van as well. Drains are blocked. Even the engine has trouble starting. Like last year our battery went midwinter, and this year I've been trying my best to preserve it because I don't want the same happening. As beautiful as this place is, van life in winter in sub-zero conditions does become a bit of a headache. But what a beautiful drive though, from Fieberbrunn, which is where I was, heading towards the main road. That was actually such a long trip. I've been driving for about 3 hours. I've just made it to this place. It's called Trofana Tirol, and it's basically a service station with a restaurant. And the reason I've come here is because tomorrow Charlene's finishing early and I can go meet up with her. To be honest, in Austria it's sometimes hard to find park-ups for free, so sometimes you just have to stay in a service station like this. Quite a few cars, trucks, and just general people in their cars stopping on their journey. But then from here I've just got another half an hour drive to San Anton, which is where Charlene's working. At least this afternoon the sun has come out as well. It's still pretty cold, but it does make a difference when the sun comes out. So not much else to do for today. I'm just going to get some work done, cook something to eat, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Basically, I was parked here straight and he smashed into me. My God, it was a real big fright this morning. I was fast asleep and then bang. The towing guy's just arrived now. Like, the wheel is fucked. Just been an hour here filling everything out. The Austrian police came as well, helped us out, really good. The towing guy is going to try and get us hooked up and take us to a garage. The worst thing is this big rock that was beside me, because when he hit the bumper, it dragged the van and smashed into the rock, and that's why I've got damage on this side as well. Hopefully there's no damage behind it, and looks like just underneath the door is damaged as well. Not the best way to start the morning, that's for sure. When I heard the impact, I just woke up straight away. It was quite a loud and big bang, so I was just fearing the worst. I just got dressed quickly, got out the van. I'm looking out to see what damage there is, and I see this big trailer with about 6 or 8 cars on it. And God knows how long it's going to take to get this fixed. The only positive thing is that the truck driver, he was nice and he stuck around and we filled out the insurance paperwork and he made sure like everything was okay before he left. That's the good thing. It's €200 to tow me down the road to the garage, so I'm going to pay that, but that's how I can get back from the insurance, I think. I just hope when he takes me to the Fiat place that they can help me this week or next, because well, I'm supposed to be starting, so I'm working tomorrow actually in a place not far from here, so it's no problem leaving the van behind. It's just I need to get to work somehow tomorrow in the mountains. Man, I was never expecting this. Really shit there. I think this is like the first proper accident. Well, I was asleep, so I can't really call it an accident because I was parked and asleep in my bed, but it's like the first time we've had like any big damage to the van. The funny thing is that there's like a really wide road, wide exit there where he could have easily got out of. But for some reason he come down here where the cars are. So unlike previous times we've been told, been asked to get out of the van.
Brake is open.
Handbrake.
Yep.
Down. I think he's going to take me to this garage in a place called Landeck, which is a few kilometers away from here. Like when we get told like this, I'm always paranoid that we're going to go under a low bridge or hit the back or something, but anyway. Okay, we go Landeck. So the Fiat guys have had a look at the damages. They're on lunch break at the moment, and in the afternoon they're going to come back and hopefully try and fix something. It looks like we need to change both the wheels. They might be able to get me just like a summer tire so that I'll be able to drive at least for today or tomorrow, and then when they order the proper wheels I can come back and they'll fit them on. They also have to check for any damage. On impact there might have been some more damage as well, and then it looks like it's just ordering a bumper part and fixing the side. It doesn't look like the door's damaged, it's just underneath the door that it's all bent in. I also need to call the insurance because they're on lunch as well at the moment for another hour, and yeah, the guy at Fiat said that because the other guy's insurance is from Lithuania, they would have problems getting the money from there, so he said you have to pay up front. So I don't know, this is going to be a couple of €1,000 for sure, and I just can't wait for this hour to pass so that I call up the insurance and see what the process is, because at the end of the day I was just parked up and this guy smashed into me and caused this damage. Luckily I wasn't hurt, that's the main thing, but still this has really messed up everything. When something like this happens, all your plans go out the window. But yeah, this insurance thing is really bothering me. Like, I've never really made a claim, I don't think, with these, and I don't know how it works. Like, ideally I would want them to pay Fiat directly. I don't want to be paying €2,000 or something and then trying to get it back. That could take months. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just gonna put the kettle on, I'm gonna make a cup of tea and wait for this hour to pass, and hopefully I'll try and get some more answers. I've just come back with the quote. It's going to cost €5,000 to fix everything, so New wheel, new rim, new bumper, fix the sides, and for their work. So as always, very, very expensive in this area of the world. It's 4,700 euros, the total price. The plan is I think I'll actually sleep here and then maybe leave them the van tomorrow and they can work on it. But I really just need to get this insurance sorted because, again, it's 5,000 euros. That's so expensive. So I'm parked up for tonight, just outside the garage. They filled up my water tank and hooked me up to the electric, so that's good at least. And I'm just going to stay here, to be honest, tonight. Hopefully tomorrow I'll hear back from the insurance as to whether they're going to do the claim or not. I really hope we don't need to pay that because, anyway, let's just not think of that for now. So put in the claim and the insurance should come back to us tomorrow or Monday. And they might even need to send what's called a surveyor, someone to come and check the damages. I don't know if they'll do that seeing that it's out of the country, but I just have to wait and see. I've actually got some work as well coming up these few days, so worst case scenario, I'll just leave the van here, head there by train and come back next week. By then, hopefully, we would have had some progress. But I told the guy here not to order any parts, not to do anything yet, until we hear back from the insurance. Now I have to call Charlene and tell her what a lovely day I had. I didn't mention anything because I didn't want to worry her.
Bahnhof and Kufstein is arriving.
Okay, so this is the view. As you can imagine, it's much colder up here. Let's close this. That was actually quite a long journey. The guys at Fiat dropped me off at the train station. I got a train and then a bus and then a taxi to finally arrive up here in Hochkurgel. A very beautiful place. I've only been here in summer, so this is the first time I'm here in the middle of winter, and I'm going to be working here for the next few days. So pretty much got my room here, and yeah, it's going to be a cold few days, but really exciting. Just a quick update on the van. I actually got an email this morning from the company that were involved in the accident. We're happy to pay the bill and just to kind of settle it. So I've sent them my details. Hopefully I should be receiving the payment next week. But in the meantime, I've asked the guys at Fiat just to order the parts and get started. So while I'm working here for the next few days, the parts can arrive. Maybe they can even get started on it. So when I arrive back, it will be ready, or almost ready at least. So I've unpacked everything, got a few things charging. I'm going to head down and get something to eat because I haven't eaten anything today and I'm starving. So I think I'll leave you here. In the next video, I'll give you an update on Tandy. Hopefully by then it will be fixed. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week.